Good morning, guys. This is John Rickershauser. It might be morning. I don't know. John Rickershauser, FF Rickers on Instagram. I'm here live with my brother Corey from a Northern New Jersey Fire Department. I'm also on a Northern New Jersey Fire Department, both career firefighters. Corey recently went to the Georgia Smoke Divers. And Corey happens to be the first person from New Jersey, shout out, to have successfully completed the Georgia Smoke Divers program. So Corey and I have known each other for a couple of years. We met at a hands-on training event because he had a homemade leather pouch, handmade, lots of craftsmanship. I was like, this guy's into it, 100%, because he was changing out the batteries on a pass device on an SCBA pack. We were training in a parking deck, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was a parking deck doing the Denver drill.
Denver drill.
Yeah.
So they had the prop. We're down at our convention, Atlantic City, doing hands-on training. And I was not participating with the hands-on training. I was doing what I do with cameras and videos. Actually, I don't think I did it. I might have done video. But mostly photography back then. And we struck up a conversation, decided that I really wanted a similar pouch from him. We were able to work out a deal where I did some welding for Corey.
Oh, yeah.
And he made me this awesome handmade thing, which my guys at work are super jealous of when I whip it out and pull some tools out. So that's how Corey and I met. We're both, again, career firefighters in Northern New Jersey. Been in the service. I'm in my 12th year now. How long have you been on?
I'm in year 7 right now.
Yeah. So
I'm still pretty new.
Started as a volunteer. I still volunteer as well. And I just love the job. And I'm about getting our story, current day fire service, out through our perspective. I know there's people out there from an outside lens looking in, and it's important to me to show it through our eyes. So that's what I'm trying to do. This is going to be my first ever podcast. We're going to put it probably on YouTube, probably on Instagram, and I'm going to do the best I can. It's probably not going to be perfect. I think the first step is just take the first step.
It's the first step.
So
First step.
we got some chat GPT talking points because
Let me. It's my first time doing something like this as well. And on that note, John, if there was one, I've mentioned this to you before, but right here I want to say it to you. If there was one person that I could choose to have this conversation with, it would be you. I look up to you. You know, you're a tremendous family man and a professional, and you know your values are just top notch. And I really appreciate you since day one. It was a really great connection, and you know, we don't work in the same department, but you know, we stay connected.
Have the same fire.
I see what you're about, and I really, you'd be the one person that I would choose like that to have this conversation with, to help me, you know, promote this thing. That's my intention here, is to promote this thing and spread the word. It's a great program, terrific program, and that's the tradition. Pass it on.
Hell yeah.
Share.
That's what it's about.
So
I appreciate the sentiment, and 100% right back at you, brother.
Right on.
I really this guy is constantly working out. He's the only guy sometimes working out when he's on shift, lifting weights, moving things around, busting his butt at work, not sitting down 10 toes up in the recliner, and I respect that.
Right on.
The fire that you have for the fire service and the job that we do as firefighters is inspiring. Also a family man, business owner. You got a lot of skills. And one firefighter to another, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, man.
We're going to use some talking points that ChatGPT gave me, because this is my first time doing something like this. And I don't have a whole lot of time to come up with all these talking points. So please don't mind me reading off of this list. I'm still figuring this out. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. It's cool.
If you don't like
But
it, you don't like it.
let's start. All right, we're going to start with this awesome title, intro, that Corey loves.
I didn't choose this title.
Actually, ChatGPT came up with it, and I think it's super fitting. Here you go. Title idea: Unfinished to Unbreakable, a New Jersey firefighter's journey to Georgia smoke diving.
Oh, Lord.
I love it. It cuts to the point, and I think it's kind of funny. And my first job is to put us both at ease because, we can get confident and have a beautiful conversation. Stick anybody in front of a camera for the first time, it gets a little uncomfortable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm used to being on the back end of the camera, not facing it. Yeah. So if I'm not looking at the camera, I should know better. But, all right, so our intro. We're sitting down with Corey, New Jersey firefighter from northern New Jersey, husband, father, business owner, who just accomplished something no one from our state has ever done before, completing the Georgia smoke divers. First, let's start with a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your childhood. Where are you originally from? New Jersey, or you come from somewhere else?
No, I come from somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not from here. Not born and raised. Like a lot of people I work with, they're born and raised. A lot of them are born and raised in our community. I live and work in East Orange, and but originally I'm from Chicago.
Oh.
My family moved from Chicago to the East Coast of Massachusetts.
That.
Yeah. When I was pretty young, I was maybe 7, 8 years old. We moved to the East Coast of Massachusetts. Most of my family's on the East Coast, down from Georgia all the way up to Maine, and I've got one brother that lives out west in California as well, but that's a little more. It's relatively more recent.
Do you have a lot of siblings?
Two brothers, and then and also when I was maybe 9 or something like that, we gained bonus, what my wife likes to call bonus family members. My stepmom, my stepbrother, my stepsister. Bonus
so
siblings.
Roughly a family of 5.
Yeah, 5 kids, and of course now there's a bunch of grandkids.
I grew up in a family. I'm the eldest of 5, so
oh really?
We share a lot in similar. I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Wow.
So I know what it's like being in a big family.
So I grew up on the East Coast for the most part. After college I moved to Brooklyn, New York. I was there for a while, and then from there I moved out to Jersey. I met my lady, my wife now. She was actually living in New York at the time, but she's from East Orange, Newark area.
So she drew you into East Orange?
Yeah. She
kept you there?
She's the reason I moved out to East Orange, and yeah, a little bit of time went on, and we started our family. And I've been here. I think it's been about 15 years now. Okay. So it's home.
What drew you to the fire service?
Timing.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it. When I was a teenager, I noticed one day another kid I was in grade school with. I was just driving up the block and I saw him get off a fire truck, and it must have been smoke in the area or something. They were looking around, and that was the first sense I had of seeing myself in that position, because we were peers. We had sleepovers together. Okay. We played around together. We were in grade school together.
And you didn't know he was on
I didn't know he was doing that. Okay. No. And but it was just a momentary glimpse. That's all it was. I never really thought about it after that. And much later on, I was doing some stonework for a friend of mine in Brooklyn, and he asked me about, "Do you ever think about being a firefighter?" And it really caught me by surprise, because I hadn't at all. He said he thought about that because a lot of the people he works with, they also have side jobs doing stuff like this, stonework, plumbing, whatever it is.
In the trades, pretty much.
In the trades, sure. And I never, it interested me a little bit, I guess, but at that point in time, it caught me by surprise because I never thought about it at all. And I was a little interested, but I liked my life, what I was doing at that point, and that would be a significant shift. So I didn't think about it much.
Okay.
Later on, here I am living in East Orange with my girlfriend, and have a 1-year-old, a family friend. He's a firefighter in our community, and he was telling me about the job. And at that point in time, with a 1-year-old and another baby on the way, the idea of a career just, it hit my mind differently, and with a family and now this new level of responsibilities and everything. First of all, the job description, it sounds like a good time. Doing exciting things, working with all kinds of tools and stuff, having a really prominent sense of purpose, of helping people, of being at the drop of a hat, solving problems. That was very intriguing. I had been doing for years. I had been doing landscape construction for the most part: decks, fences, patios, gardens, irrigation, lighting.
So already handy.
Yeah. All that's how.
A good thing to have in the fire service.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I operate and think and enjoy myself.
You got to be Mr. Fix-It anyways, one way or another.
Yeah.
Or Mrs. Or Miss.
Let's see. So yeah. So doing those type of things, and having I never had a salary before. I never had sick days or any of that.
Never worked for a corporation.
No. I was, going many years without health care or any of that type of stuff. So being able to potentially take care of my family with this type of career and job, and I found out at that point in time, or soon after I found out, because I went to the firehouse that's close by where we live and talked to the guys, and that's when I learned if I wanted to apply, I had to go ahead and there was a test coming out. I would age out because I was already like 33 and a half, going to be 34.
So you got like two years. Yeah. This is the last time you got a shot at it.
Yeah, the only chance.
Only chance.
So I said, hey, let's do it.
Old man Corey over here has to get in the fire service. I know a bunch of people who it came down to the wire. They were like 35.
Yeah.
Just barely made it in. So
yeah,
your experience is not unique to yourself.
Yeah. For sure, there were 3 other people in our class who were same boat. Okay. So most of the class was younger.
So
but yeah.
I tested in 2012 and I got hired in 2015. When did you take the test?
Oh, I don't know, 2018 maybe. We started right before COVID. We got hired.
Good time to get that out of the way before all that madness happened.
Yeah, October 2019
we
started. We
were
on the line.
Different times.
We're on the line in January of 2020.
So about 2 years from taking the test to...
I think so, yeah. That sounds about right.
Give or take?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No previous fire experience?
No.
So
no.
Went to the fire academy. Which fire academy did you go to?
We went to Middlesex.
Middlesex?
Yeah.
Middlesex is pretty set up. They have a nice facility, drill ground, lots of resources there, like different burn buildings and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I went and took my... Sorry for the tangent, but I went and took my rope tech there. And it's I like that academy.
Cool.
But okay, so you went through the fire academy. It was a big class, small career class.
We had a large
all
class.
Career class.
Yeah, all career.
No volunteers.
No, it was just us. We didn't have any. There were no other departments mixed in with us or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. We were told our class was a large class, and it was compared to the next ones that kept coming after us. It was pretty big.
How many people do you think?
26 of us.
Yeah, that's a big class.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a lot of people drop out? A couple of people?
One person started and did not make it all the way through the academy.
It seems like it happens like every class.
Yeah.
Not everybody's cut out for the job.
Yeah.
So you didn't ever think about joining and try to be like FDNY or anything like that?
No. My friend from New York, he talked to me about the job back when I still lived in Brooklyn, but I wasn't interested enough to really pursue it.
Well, you really need to have residency to even have a remote shot of getting hired for FDNY. It's definitely very competitive to get into the FDNY. So you took the test, passed. What was joining the fire service, going through probie and all of that like as an experience? Like, is it a year of probation for you guys at work?
Yeah. Probation is standard probationary year once, we're hired and finish academy and all that.
Are they straight? Are you straight into shift work, or is it like a number of weeks where you're on days or something like that?
We had days until we were still waiting for some test results to come in of our classmates.
Like hazmat and stuff like that.
Yeah, some of us had to retake, a hazmat awareness or whatever.
Sure.
And so nobody could start on the line until the majority of us had our results back, and so some people did get on the line before others, I think, but for the most part, we were doing days until all of our numbers were in, and etc. And then
at work we do like about 6 weeks where you're on weekdays straight, and you learn every position, you learn how to pump, you learn how to drive. We're a smaller department, so everybody is operating apparatus as soon as you come off of the 6 weeks of training. So you're expected to know a lot, which can be difficult for somebody who's coming in with absolutely nothing. I was fortunate I had a couple of years as a volunteer to kind of start figuring the job out, but still it's entirely different when you step from just kind of doing it and it then becomes a career. It's a big step up in responsibility.
Yeah.
Some volunteer departments have larger responsibilities than I had coming from my combination department. But once you're in the career ranks, there's no excuses, there's nowhere to hide, and you got to be able to do it.
Yeah, I remember that feeling. It's kind of a distant memory. Everybody always said, "Time flies, and it does. It's a distant memory. It's always kind of a sweet reminder when the next class gets hired, and you see this new group of probies.
They keep on getting younger and younger. Like, look at these children. Can you even drive yet?
It feels that way. It's kind of it's funny. It's a funny feeling. But then time flies again, and then everything is normal. We're all on the same page.
And you start going from that person who's new and learning to the person who's now finding yourself passing it on to the next generation of firefighters, which is something I feel like you and I both do in our own ways, passing it along, which is important because a lot of what we do is experience-based stuff. You can read a textbook and learn the proper way to do something, but that's really not going to give you the street knowledge and set you up for success in the way that like hands-on experience does. Like knowing signs of things to look out for, smoke behavior, fire behavior, where it's going to be after a fire, where to look for when you're overhauling, stuff like that. Books, even the Fire Academy is very limited on what they can do to really set us up for some of that advanced stuff. You're on the job, and you find out it's your thing. Right?
So again, my, where I was at in my mindset in life at that time is so going into the fire service, major career shift for me.
Culture shock.
Culture shock too. Yes, I've been very accustomed to working by myself for years up until that point, doing, building like decks and doing these type of things for the most part on my own.
Did you do sports or anything like that growing
up? Oh yeah.
So you you had like a sports team based
Definitely.
thing,
Definitely.
but working on your own mostly.
Yeah, as far as, jobs and career, earning money, supporting myself, etc. For a number of years, it was, sometimes team. So say building a deck or doing a patio or something like that, there's days where you got to demo and haul a bunch of stuff out of a property.
Okay.
You need a lot of bodies for that.
Yeah.
There's stuff where you got to bring in a bunch of materials, and you need a lot of bodies for that. For the building part, maybe I got one of my buddies, maybe two, working with me for some of the time. But I did find myself a lot of the time working solo. It was peaceful that way, easy to manage my own time. Also, once we started our family, having a little baby at home, the day to day, anything can happen. So all I could kind of manage was my own time. Managing anybody else's schedule was not right. I just didn't have the capacity for it. So at that point in time, it was either figure out how to build a team and keep doing this landscape construction stuff, or boom, okay, got doing this new career, fire service stuff now. Also, my wife changed careers at that time too. She had a very comfortable job.
Was she doing corporate, or?
She was in she had been bartending for a number of years. She teaches, she continues to, but she taught yoga for a while up until that point. However, she really wanted to go to school for acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine, and like grad school. And she had a real comfortable job, earning really good money at a really high-end hotel chain. Well, not even a chain, it was like a one-of-a-kind hotel, but it's part of another family of hotels. And, she had health insurance. It was, hourly tip. Like, it was a kind of unheard of as far as bartending, really up there. And, she was in her lane doing her thing. But
doing all right in the hospitality industry, but wanted more of a challenge or something.
She just had
just
this
a
passion.
different direction.
Yeah, she had this passion for wellness. That's where her heart was at, and that's where her calling was at. So, we had a conversation. Hey, I'm taking this career shift this way, and she wants to take a career shift this way.
You got to be supportive.
Yeah,
as a loving husband, you got to be supportive.
100%. We get one chance to be here. We got to be. If we have the opportunity to be in love with what we're doing,
do what you love.
That's it. That's it. She's several years later now. She's in the middle of her doctorate program right now. She's got to take board so she can get licensed, but she did the masters and everything.
Awesome.
She's remarkable.
So several driven individuals in your your family here.
Yeah, sure. I sort of went off to the side here. The picture that I'm painting is that my day-to-day life, with a wife and the two, a 1-year-old and a brand new baby, is when I go to academy in the days and then I come home, I can't study at home.
Yeah,
it's too much going on.
Especially if you have like really young kids.
Yeah, so I'm at academy every day. My mindset
focuses on getting through fire academy.
Front and center of the room. Nobody to my left, nobody to my right. This is
got to pass.
Got to do as well as I can. And I don't test well. Yeah. With that type of testing.
I'm like a mid-80s testing percentile.
I'd be lucky. That'd be great for me.
And it's not for lack of trying. It's just,
Yeah, it's hard. I'm a hands-on learner.
I'm mechanically. You put something mechanical in front of me, I don't need any kind of instruction. I can figure it out. But when it comes to like reading and studying and storing that kind of information in your brain, cramming it in there,
that's rough. Yeah.
There's only so much room up there.
Yeah, so that's my focus was I had very laser focus in that type of sense, and very quickly I became really obsessed in a way with learning in the fire service. So I was on, YouTube quite a bit, just having tunnel vision into different parts of the craft. Yeah, different parts of the craft, whether it's engine ops, truck ops, search stuff, whatever. I just really fell in love with learning, and
taking other like outside courses, going back to
Well-
fire academy, different fire academies, taking anything, or was it kind of difficult for you
Well, eventually I got into that type of stuff, but when I was brand new, it was just academy.
trying to
and on the
absorb
job.
everything that you could?
Yeah, so on the showing up for shift, I always had I started a habit early on of I'm at least an hour early every shift because I need to be able to just sit and chill before the shift actually starts, and I'd have books out,
Yeah.
and I'd spend the day, I'd fill up the day. I still am very much a busybody. Studying
Do a lot of
or-
reading.
I do some reading. I do a lot of tinkering.
Yeah.
I've always got some various projects that I'm working on, and that's a whole other topic. But yeah, a lot of tinkering. But I keep busy. I'm learning to take a minute, take a nap when my body tells me it's time.
It's important.
Yeah, it's
It's
important.
easy to get run down,
Yeah,
especially with the family.
yeah. So
So you're into the job. You're
yeah.
really absorbing everything you possibly can.
Yeah. Soon that turned into an obsession. One of the obsessions that turned into was in through the lock skills and techniques, which I state that again. That's a whole other topic, but that turned into the development of a training prop down years later.
Which you
that
guys
was-
got to see this training.
Yeah,
prop.
yeah.
It's
We'll get to
notch.
that. I was able to patent, and I've trained a number of departments so far. I've got a short-term vision for that, a long-term vision for that. But
Shout out to your company. What's your training company and your prop? Let's go.
Established Command Training,
Established
LLC,
Command.
and the
Instagram, Facebook.
Established Command on Instagram, and
Instagram.
the training prop is called the C System. EstablishedCommand.com has all that stuff on there.
Check it out.
In those first couple years, probably of always doing research and looking into stuff, is when I saw some clips of this Georgia smoke diver stuff, and it lodged itself into my brain, and I thought, I'm going to revisit that. There's something there for me.
When did you first hear about Georgia smoke divers? Like what year?
Oh, what year? Oh, it was probably
5 years ago.
It was probably 2021 or something
Okay.
like that.
About 5 years.
Something like that. Yeah. And I just thought that's probably something I want to try at some point.
Have you gone out of state to take any other classes previously?
No.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
I had the opportunity to go down to Myrtle Beach. I think I took a class in Myrtle Beach, like a truck company operations class. They're like, okay, who's the farthest traveling person? There's some guys from Florida. I'm like, nope, Jersey, got you beat. I went with one of my guys from work. We went down to North Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
We took a Pyrotech University. It's important to get outside of your circle. I found it's
big time.
extremely important. We're all like these little cliques sometimes that have a little tendency to be ingrown.
Yeah.
And, we're laser focused on this is how we do it. This is how our fire department does this. And it's worked forever, and we have to do it this way. And sometimes it's good to challenge that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's wrong, but to challenge that and say, look at how other people do it.
Yeah, man.
Keep an open mind and see if there's something that you don't have to change the whole operation of how you do it, but try to do takeaways from other people and their experiences and their knowledge, and just become a better firefighter, honestly.
Yeah, a better whatever, man. I mean, you're a photographer. You're an accomplished photographer. Yeah. If somebody, if you met somebody who's from Detroit or Kansas or wherever,
I'm checking the rig out. I'm like, hey.
No, and they were a photographer.
Yeah.
Okay, and they had maybe a little bit different equipment,
Yeah,
or you
you
saw
gotta
some
check
of
it
their
out.
shots or something.
Like-
You'd be open to learning something.
Oh yeah,
from
how are we doing this? Like,
them. Yeah.
what mic are you using?
Yeah, it's
what
automatic.
lens?
That's how it's
So-
really. There's nothing special about that. perspective. That's normal. We just have to remind ourselves of that.
Yeah.
It can be an insular experience in your own department. There can be complacency there of it's the same thing.
You go through
day
the
after day.
academy, you got the instructors, and when you're going through as a new guy, you're taking every single word that they say as the word of God. Like, you don't have anything to reflect off of and be like, maybe it could be done differently. So you can kind of have a singular mindset of how something's supposed to be done, which then come out of Fire Academy and get placed into your work setting, and now you're like, no, that's not how we do it here. We do it this way.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going to learn how to do it this way.
Yeah.
So
there's more. There's always more to it, or another way to look at it, another way to think about it. If you change one sort of little factor about the scenario, there could be a totally different approach to solve the problem. Open mind is very critical.
So you find out about smoke divers.
Yeah.
Tell me what smoke divers is.
All right. Okay. So the Georgia Smoke Diver Program. Yeah, it's a program. It's based in Georgia. It's in Dalton, Georgia. That's where the drill ground is. There's a Dalton fire station that hosts the Georgia Smoke Diver Program. In a nutshell, this is what it is. Back in the 70s, the SCBA was still pretty new. It wasn't standardized in the same way that it is now, where everybody's got one. It was relatively new equipment. Naturally,
not everybody using it.
Yeah, naturally, or maybe a department might have some, but not enough for everybody.
Yeah, maybe two for the department or something like that.
With new equipment, naturally, people are going to be a little skeptical. Maybe they'll be a little excited, but they rightfully, skeptical. Like, this equipment essentially allows us to get further into the building. We can effect more rescues. We can do more dynamic firefighting. That's all great. But once we get further into this building, what if the equipment fails? Or what if we fail in the equipment? Like, we need to test this stuff out exhaustively so we know the limits of ourselves and the equipment, so that we know the limits of the equipment itself. We know everything about it. So some people got together. There was a program in Florida. There still is a program in Florida, but some people took some valuable information and lessons from a program in Florida and got a program going in Georgia. And essentially, it's not a class. It's a program or an experience. It's a week long, 6 days long, and it's an in-depth study of the SCBA itself, everything about the equipment, the limits of the equipment. So, but it's also a test of the
mental mindset.
A somewhat grueling test of the firefighter in the equipment.
Mentally and physically.
Oh, yeah, spiritually,
emotionally.
Oh yeah, yes. It's incredibly challenging. A day, I want to be. Listen, my point here is I want to promote the program. Okay,
100%.
I also don't want to give away everything about it.
No.
Because it's really special to experience it for the first time yourself. So. I'll provide enough context
enough
and
to
detail.
hook them,
So
but not give it all away.
A day, an example of a day, would be that I think of it in terms of before lunch and after lunch.
Are you waking up at the crack of dawn,
Before
doing a jog, holding the log above your head?
No logs, SCBAs, other stuff, no logs. But yeah, a day will start real early. I mean, I was getting up at 5 a.m.
Are you? Do they have sleeping accommodations there, or you stay in a hotel coming in?
Yeah, you get set up at a hotel.
Okay.
Really glamorous hotel.
The Ritz, the Carlton Ritz.
I'm being 190% sarcastic.
So like a motel.
Yeah, or I don't know what else
Wherever,
comes after that. But yeah,
Dormitory.
That might be a little better. It's a great experience. It's lovely. Get up bright and early. Essentially you got to be in formation, full gear, with your whole class by 6:45 a.m. ready to rock. Now, first half of the day is the real. You're getting ground down. There's a lot of PT type of everything for the most part is in full gear.
Yeah.
But a lot of PT.
In Georgia, so humidity.
February
Okay.
or November. So it's
so they run twice a year.
There's 2 classes a year.
Okay.
Yeah, November and February. I went in February both times.
Okay.
So reasonable weather.
I can't imagine.
I take that back. I take that back.
I can't for anyone who's watching this from down south, like Georgia, Florida. I don't know how you guys do it over the summertime. Mad respect for you guys. 'Cause that's like a whole nother level.
Yeah. A lot of PT. Push-ups, up downs, jumping jacks, lunges. Holding your pack over your head, putting it back on, a lot of that type of stuff. Obstacle course, practical firefighting skills. Very long obstacle course.
Is this like a obstacle course where you can see everything, or is this like a okay?
Well, there's throughout the day there's a
They
there's
have like
a
a
variety
mask
of things. But
confidence course as well.
There's everything.
Yeah.
There's everything. But the the first half of the day is, real heavy on the PT. The obstacle course is the tempo of everything is really high intensity, really high stakes. There is a standard that they're upholding.
Yeah.
Of performance. You meet it or you leave.
Is it like a
It's very simple.
timed event? If you can't do it in a certain time,
There are things that happen that are timed.
they have metrics. They're
There's
basing
lots of
everything.
metrics.
Yeah.
There's metrics for everything. Like I said, there's a standard. You need to meet it or exceed it, or you leave.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Is it something where you're there ringing the bell and saying I'm out, or they're just saying, hey, I'm sorry, you're cut?
Could be either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Most people quit, and some people leave. Some people hurt
Like day one?
Some
people
people
leaving day one?
Some people leave day one. Absolutely. First few days, the most people leave.
Yeah.
That's probably consistent throughout. But there's a run. You're going to be running. Several miles.
So coming into this not mentally and physically fit is not recommended.
It's
Clearly.
not. It's not an option.
Yeah, you're just not going to cut it.
Listen, you don't just say, hey, I want to give it a try, and you drive down there and give it a try. You have to apply. It's a very professional, very formal program. I think of the days as being basically in 2 parts: as the before lunch, the after lunch stuff. That's what I'm getting at. And the whole day is grueling. However, the first part of the day is the part where it's very intense. A lot of work, a lot of PT. It takes a lot to get through the first part of the day. You're gonna want lunch. You're hoping that lunch is gonna happen, and it might not. It might not be. The shape of each day is a little different. You're always either guessing and getting too in your head.
Yeah.
And getting distracted and too in your feelings, and then probably failing out or quitting.
Yeah.
Or you're able to keep an empty mind and
go with the
just
flow.
one step, another step, and get through it. But the first half is real rugged like that. Second half is more drill based. So a lot of drill stations. You're broken up into smaller groups for the most part, and you're getting incredible instruction on different search and rescue techniques, down firefighter rescue techniques, self-rescue techniques for the remainder of the day. And by day, I mean, to be perfectly clear, if the day starts at 6:45, which it does, it could go to 8, 9, 10 o'clock. at night, and you're in gear the entire time,
No
and
joke.
you are working.
Sounds grueling.
It's incredible. It's you know, if you love testing yourself and
Pushing you
if you want to
beyond
find
your own. You want to find your breaking
if
point.
you want to find the thing is, you're going to find your breaking point, then you have to find more, and
So
then
you
you're going
push
to use
past
that. You're
it.
going to use all that up. Then you have to find more. Then you're going to use all that up. Then you're going to have to find more. Then you use it. I mean, every day.
Pushing your boundaries.
Yeah, over and over again. It's a test of resiliency, and it's very practical. Everything is reverse engineered from the mission. It's not complicated. There's nothing elaborate or complicated about what they do. It's just a very refined, straightforward process to push you further, so that you can find more within yourself to get through, to stay sharp despite being tired, despite what you already did today. And here's the thing. The nature of our job is it doesn't matter what time of day or night, we could have to do some really challenging stuff. It doesn't matter if I'm tired, if I don't feel that great, if I got problems going on at home, if I've already run 10 calls today, if it's 4 a.m., if it's 1 p.m., none of it matters.
The call comes in, we're getting on the rig, we're going out the door.
We all took an oath and we said, I'll do it.
I'll be here for you. I'm going to
That's
put it all on the line for you.
So it's all, that's the point, okay? So the experience of doing the program is all about getting you in a physical and mental, emotional, spiritual, if you may, it certainly was for me, getting you in a place where you can, giving you the opportunity to keep that point in focus, to be able to get through whatever challenges are put in front of you. If we get overwhelmed and we can't function because we get too much in our feelings or something like that, then we can't provide the service that we said we would. Yeah. For me, it was definitely it was a test in every way, but it was certainly a spiritual test for me. Yeah. That's just how I think, that's how I am. And not that I don't necessarily, lead with that type of stuff and the way I talk, what I talk about or things like that, but internally, what I'm looking for requires me to find those boundaries and find something to hold on to carry me through to the goal.
We get some pretty tough calls, and if you can't hold on to something, some kind of an end goal or something, it can be really difficult in our job to get through some of these calls that we got to experience day to day. It's not all the time, but every once in a while you get that call that is going to stick with you for the rest of your life. And being resilient, it really requires you to be resilient in our job, to find a purpose and a balance and a meaning to some of the things that we have to encounter.
To the point of taking outside classes and exposing yourself to other things. In our environment where we work, there's whatever range of challenges are there. Whatever your training culture is where you work is whatever it is,
or a lack of training,
or lack thereof. That's what it is.
Culture,
If you do, I work on the company I'm on. We do mutual aid. So that's great. We get a lot of exposure to some.
And you guys
relationships with other towns and other
you guys
people.
aren't like just some rural department. You guys are pretty much a city.
Yeah, we're in a city. It's not a massive
not
city, but
not FDNY, New York style city, but it's a city. You got your downtown area, right?
Yeah, we've got the whole range of building types.
Probably some pretty bad areas, some good areas.
Sure.
Affluent areas, maybe.
Yeah.
Commercial, residential.
Yeah, but so getting exposure, is really critical to being. It's just part of your mindset, really. I mean, if you've done anything anything that challenges you a little bit is going to force you to grow and develop.
Yeah.
And there are, I was one of many. There's many people right now who are down for growth.
Yeah.
And
nobody wants to spend overtime to send us to train.
Yeah. Absolutely. Some departments have reimbursement programs. We're working on establishing one for our department. But regardless, getting exposure and challenging ourselves beyond what is just initially offered to us in our home environment, it's critical to our development, period.
And not everybody does it. There's firefighters out there, we all know them, that are comfortable, unfortunately, with taking the very basic, like the least amount necessary, and trying to get by on that.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, sometimes we're only as strong as the weakest link, and I don't want to be that weak link, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
I think some people just there are some people okay with it.
Yeah,
they're not willing to push themselves past a certain point. Yeah. And the smoke divers is about just that, right?
Yeah, the pendulum swings the whole other direction than that type of behavior.
Let's be honest, having gone through smoke divers, if you had to say a percentile of people who would even entertain the notion of going to smoke divers, probably only maybe 10 or 5% of people put themselves through something like that. In the fire service, maybe more?
That's a good question. Well, the Georgia Smoke Diver Program offers a very particular type of experience of testing yourself, which is outstanding. Yeah. What they do there, it is remarkable. There are other programs,
sure.
That are tremendously challenging as well. One Bad Tour, I've heard of that. I haven't done it yet. I'm interested in it. Yeah, it's a 24-hour type of experience, like nonstop, 24-hour.
That's a lot.
There's all over the country. There's a lot. There's more and more stuff happening all the time. There's plenty of ways to challenge ourselves, but we got to expose ourselves. We got to get out there.
You got to be willing to push yourself.
Sure. Yeah.
So, you went to smoke divers. Was that this year, last year? Do you want to get into that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So you went last year for the first time.
I did. It took me two attempts to get through.
You went last year. You already had a kind of an idea of it was going to be hard.
Yep. So I finally decided. All right, I want to do this thing, and I reached out. I emailed the contact in the website.
Do you have to give them a bio or anything?
Yes. So there's a brief form you got to fill out saying stating that you're interested in doing it. A brief form. But the application, your ability to apply, that's not just open year round. There's an application window.
Time frame.
Yeah, there's a time frame. So I wrote to them, but it was not within that time frame. And the contact
before or after?
It was before.
Okay.
They said, stay in,
stay in contact.
Stay in contact.
Reach back out.
Keep stay, up to date on the website. Keep checking the website so you can see when, the application comes out and fill out your paperwork. And cool, great. Well, time went by.
Yeah.
And the next time I think in my mind I just decided, all right, I'm going now. Because I made contact with somebody. Yeah, somebody wrote back to me.
Did you want to go to the November one? Were you shooting for the February one?
I didn't have a...
Or you just wanted to take it?
I just wanted to do it, And so the next time that I wrote in, they informed me, you missed the application window. I wasn't paying attention. I missed the window. And I said, oh, man, yeah, but we spoke before, okay. He's like, no, you missed the window.
Tough luck, guy.
So, yeah, exactly. that was a really great sort of foreshadowing of the kind of
what was yet to come.
The kind of professionalism that
They're
they
holding the bar.
deal with there.
They're
It's
setting
like,
their bar high.
the ball is, you've hit the ball over to me. Now I've hit the ball back over to you. It's your turn.
Yeah.
And if you mess it up,
Not here to babysit you.
Oh, none of that. None of that. Well, I made the next application window, and I just went ahead and started training. They've got all the information on the website of how to prepare for the class, nutrition, fitness. It's everything's out in the open. It's not a secret. So the way that I prepared, I spent a good year. It was about a year and a half, almost probably, that I was preparing for my first attempt. And the way
Pretty serious.
Yeah, hey, it looked pretty intense, and they let you know it's going to be intense, and they let you know how to prepare. So, it's like, if I'm going to do this, let me do it.
Full
do it.
100%.
So
110%.
every shift I trained through. I set up an obstacle course basically in our back parking lot, and I trained through a bottle every shift, and push myself and see myself able to do a little bit more work on that one bottle, a little bit more work, and at the end of each workout,
you're going to like the face piece sucks into your face.
Yeah, just about basically, and then I do a hot bottle switch.
Okay.
At the end, so that's.
You guys have the easy one, the
No.
thing that you pop in, or you
No.
got to do the threads.
No, you got to do the threads. Yeah, yeah. That I would do that as part of my preparation, and I also went to the gym maybe once between every shift. I worked with a trainer also at the gym for a period of time, not for a whole year and a half or something, but for a period of time. And that was very helpful, it's very helpful to not be the one in control of your workout, having somebody telling you do this,
Give
do
you
that,
the directions.
because that's certainly
hold
much
you
more
responsible.
That's more like the experience of being there. And my first experience being there was, it was amazing. It was very eye-opening. It was incredible. I was happy as a clam. It was brutal and all that, but I want to offer a little bit of a piece of perspective,
Sure.
Okay? And they emphasize this. The staff emphasizes this as well, and I've heard other people emphasize this as well. As in one frame of mind, doing this kind of work and doing this kind of program, it's really hard. A lot of hard work.
Right.
Exhausting, grueling. You gotta be totally burnt up energetically and still be able to do this search competently, use the skills that they taught you, and accomplish the task in a good enough way that they're going to say, okay, you don't have to do it again.
Yeah.
If you do some BS, you're doing it again. You ain't getting a water break. You're doing it. You know what I mean?
Not everybody's getting a prize on this one.
No. So it's hard.
Yeah.
In one frame of mind. However, in a more real frame of mind, there are things in real life that are hard. Okay? Cancer's hard. Losing your child's hard.
Yeah.
Losing somebody close to you's hard. There's all kind of things that in real life are hard. Voluntarily putting yourself through a training program to put pressure on yourself to learn and develop and get better, voluntarily doing that, that's not hard. That's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. It's a golden opportunity. It is an incredible experience. That's a really critical piece of perspective. That if there's one wall between where I'm at now and developing into the kind of,
where you want to be,
where I could be, that's the wall. It's a perspective shift, and this program does such a tremendous job of running you into that wall,
being a little eye-opening
until you realize, oh, I just need to change my perspective a little bit, and there's a door go right through this wall. I could just open the door and walk through it. Now I can, okay, yeah. or it's like it's like trying to go straight through an outward swinging door or something. It's not opening. Oh no, your perspective shift. Just open it and walk through. It's not hard. It's an opportunity.
So, did you go through the whole thing the first time around? Couple days?
The first time I made it at 6 days, I made it to the very, very end of day 4.
Day 4.
The last rep of day 4. It was a drill, an air consumption drill. You have to accomplish a certain set of tasks. You only using a certain amount of air, and I allowed myself to get confused. I'm not going to give much away, but there's like following the hose line involved in the drill. I'll say that.
Right.
And you only get a certain amount of air to use. I allowed myself to get confused during part of the evolution, and it took me a little bit of time to get my thoughts reorganized and finish. But while I was confused, I was burning up air. I was
not paying attention, focused on what was going on, not focused on your breathing.
Yeah.
And
it didn't.
And then it starts to get in the vibro alert, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, but then I still had, by the time of the last part of that drill I needed to complete, I didn't have enough to complete it, and I got a couple of attempts, but that was that. And it was the last. I think I was the last person when everybody finishes their drills. You line up and sort of jog in place, and you got to wait for your whole class to finish. And I think I might have been the last person, and I didn't pull it off. So that was that.
What did they pull you over to the side and say, "Hey, look, we're sorry"?
No, not we're sorry.
No, get the heck out of here, kid.
Well, not in that type of situation. That time was wasn't meant to be. Go fill out your,
nice try, kid. Come back.
It? Exit paperwork or whatever
exit
exit
interview. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're done.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. That's it. But I was not. I didn't feel bad or anything like that.
You didn't feel like they were singling you out or anything.
Heck no.
They're just holding you to a standard.
I felt like I was on cloud 9.
Yeah.
The experience up until that point and after was out of this world, man. Yeah. For somebody who really wants to push themselves and who loves firefighting and learning and being in gear and doing stuff. I don't know. It might be as good as it gets as far as training. A training environment.
Yeah.
It's really something. So of course, I also instantly knew I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I got to finish this.
Yeah. Got to do it. Got to finish it.
Also, on a personal note, I have part of my family is from Georgia. My father's side of the family is from Georgia, and so it was very much a personal thing for me to put myself through something very challenging in the field that I'm passionate about. In that state, put myself through something in that state. I'm here today, very much so because my ancestors before me lived through some really tremendously challenging stuff in that state.
Yeah.
And I'm on their shoulders, and they went through what they needed to go through, so I wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
But, and I'm thankful for that, of course. But this opportunity to do it there, because there are some programs in other states, but this opportunity to do it in that state was personal for me.
Yeah.
A way for me to visit my ancestors and also
honor them
in
the best way you could possibly.
And also a way for me to visit I still have family there. Yeah. So, I did the program and then I went and visited with family.
So it was personal to be there and to experience that and to accomplish that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the next, it took another visit. It took a second round to accomplish it, to make it all the way through.
But you already knew that's where you were going.
Yeah.
You were coming back, and you were gonna master it.
Yeah.
And probably never stopped thinking about it. After day 4, you went back home, and you probably every day you're like, where I'm gonna be.
Yeah. Just kept training, kept carrying on.
And you didn't let it eat you up or anything that you didn't make it. It was just determination of, I know what I need to do. I know the mental mindset I need to be in, and I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah. The major learning lesson for me was, so it was essentially running out of air that caused me to not make it that time, and it was because I was overthinking.
Yeah.
I allowed myself to get confused. The lesson in there is overthinking something that's not complicated is the exact kind of thing that could cost me my life in real life,
and better
or somebody else their life.
Better for us to figure that out in training.
Yeah.
And be able to address it, get in the mental mindset and the realization of where our breathing and stuff is in a training to a point where it becomes more of just a muscle memory where I still have to catch myself from time to time. Like you're so laser focused on whatever task it is, whether you're doing forcible entry, you're venting windows, you're searching or something, and you're focused on that, and then you take a second. If you don't take a second and listen to how you're breathing, you could be sucking down a bottle when you really don't need to. It is obviously, there's things that we do that are extremely physically demanding, which do require a bunch of breathing, but then once we get out of that task and we're continuing on with the general purpose, being able to come out of that breathing and come back to a more steady, slower breathing is something I'm still working on, to be honest.
You can only, in our profession, you can only really develop that skill by training in gear.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very unique thing for the body to handle that exertion in that gear and be able to control breathing at the same time. You know, so it's really something you got to put hours in. Yeah.
So you came home.
Yeah, I came home. I carried on with my training with that peace of mind of, you know, hey, no more overthinking, and more intentionality with developing my breathing techniques, or being intentional with my breathing techniques. I added in some swimming to my
I was a swimmer, so
exercise.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, swimming is work.
Swimming is like work. Full body workout. It's great for your joints.
Yeah.
But it is, like, especially, I don't know how long you're swimming for. Like, I would swim, when I was doing swim team, there was times where I was swimming for 2 hours. I would do the morning and the afternoon swim sessions because I wanted to be the best at what I could possibly be. And you're swimming like a mile or something if you're swimming for an hour or more than an hour.
That's long for me. I didn't do that much.
And that's a mental mindset too. Like you start doing laps and now you're like, you have so many laps you're supposed to be doing. You're like, was that 18 laps? Was that 20? Where am I at? I don't even remember now.
Man, I would do a couple. I'd do a couple laps and you know, stand up or get out of the pool, and my you know, upper body, my lungs and chest area, my whole respiratory system would feel like it was
expanding
like this, like all the muscles and everything around my lungs felt like it was like this. Like there's no feeling like that. Yeah. There's no feeling like that. That definitely helped, I think, with
just
with
preparation.
With my training, with my training, with my mindset and stuff. However, I would soon find out, you know, returning. I applied again and was accepted to return to the next year class. It was February 2025.
Did you want to go back in November, or you're like, I need a full year to?
I didn't choose. I didn't choose.
Okay.
So
you apply. There's only one application for the whole year, or is there 2 application time periods?
I think there might be one.
And then they just kind of assign when you're going to go to?
Yes. I think so.
Okay.
But, you know, going back again had its own, you know, you would think that it's a major...
Step up on everybody else?
Well, not on everybody else, because it's not about anybody else. It's an internal experience and battle.
Yeah.
But
Do you feel like you're going to be going into it? You're like, oh, I'm going to be more prepared because now I know what I'm facing.
Yes,
At least I know
you would think
it's
that.
not a surprise. Did they do the exact same thing, or did they change it up a little bit?
There's some little differences.
Subtle differences.
There's some little differences, and there were certainly. So you know what's funny is there were some climate differences. This second time, the first time
Hotter,
around,
colder.
it was very steady around. I don't know, 70 degrees, something like that. Very very steady throughout. This second time around, first day arriving, it was like a record-setting cold snap. It was like 12 degrees.
They don't do that down there too well. Like cold.
There was some flurries.
Yeah.
On the there less than an inch of snow maybe.
That's like
Places were shutting down and stuff.
It's
You see
like,
it on the news.
we're closing the schools down.
On the news they were panicking.
It's gonna snow.
But it was cold, man. It was cold. And the first couple of days, 2.5 days, man, it was
Miserable.
cold.
Yeah.
I don't like the cold like that. But mindset got me through. Lord, that was
Time
challenging.
for some long johns.
But you think
It's when you're glad you're in your turnout gear sweating.
Yeah.
Until you're not. Until you're just standing around and you're like, ugh,
Turnout
not
gear
so
is
good.
wet and nasty. Let me tell you.
Now I'm getting
ooh.
chilled to the bone, and that's not fun.
Yeah, and there's some stuff, you gotta there's times you gotta get out of your turnout gear to go for a run through the town. You're all wet. It's cold
So
and
you're
stuff.
really feeling it.
But having, you'd think I'd be a little more, oh, I got this now because I've already been here. Maybe in a way, but also the new challenge was I had this thing in my mind of constantly comparing to last time.
Yeah, how am I doing?
Am I
gonna
gonna
outperform myself?
I don't want to. God, am I gonna fail? Am I gonna? Is it gonna be, the same as that? Is this as good as it was last time? Is it, this constant? I had to now quiet that voice down, which I didn't have that experience before. I had the benefit of everything just being brand new.
Was there anyone else that had been in it, failed out, and gone back in with you in yours?
Yeah, both times.
Yeah,
both times there were repeats.
Yeah,
in both classes.
Like about how many would you say there were? Like how big is how many people do they accept into this?
The class will be roughly 40 people to begin with, and then my first attempt, that class ended with 11. In my class,
like a quarter of the
it
people
ended
left.
with 17.
The second time around was 17.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So a little less than half made it through.
Mm-hmm. Started with 43, I think, 42 or 43. Yeah, so to quiet that voice, that comparison voice.
Do they grab somebody and like, hey, you're the class leader or anything like that?
We have to pick a class leader. That's a fun game.
It's like an internal thing.
Yeah. No, on the spot. Yeah. On the spot. You got 60 seconds to choose a class.
Figure it out.
This is that type of stuff going on. It's psychologically very physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. It's just a challenging experience altogether. It's a great opportunity to.
It's interesting to see people
figure it out,
step up and lead.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody has to step up and lead and take the reins.
Should I volunteer? Should I volunteer? Somebody else wants it. Oh, thank God. Yeah.
It's funny. They're like, sometimes they'll be like, are there any white hats in the group?
Yeah, sure.
Trying to find somebody who already does it. Well, honestly, sometimes it's better to have somebody who doesn't do that.
Yeah, that happens.
They can learn that they have that like naturally built in as a leadership. You don't have to be of any rank to be a leader.
True. Absolutely.
You really don't.
Absolutely. Just need to lead by example. Yeah. You'll be humble.
Start by leading yourself, and then hopefully you lead others. Yeah. So, you made it to day 4. You're really sweating on day 4.
I was, so here I am.
Coming.
Here I am in the place where I failed last time. Those little voices came right back. They came right back. Oh, am I gonna drop the ball again? Those voices came. I distinctly noticed it.
Yeah.
I paused and said, "Nuh-uh, we ain't doing this."
Took a bit of a woosah moment.
I said,
"Gotta make it happen."
pardon my language for the video, but I
Might have to
said,
bleep this out. Bleep this out.
I said, this. I belong here.
Yeah.
I fucking belong here.
Yeah.
That. Let's go. Next drill. Let's go.
Gonna get it.
And that was the shift. That was the shift. No more overthinking. No more. A lot of weight fell off my shoulders in that moment, and I could see the rest of the program. You know, I could see that everything was hazy in that moment with those voices and stuff like that. And I said that to myself, and then I couldn't get enough. Give me as many days as you want.
Yeah.
I belong here. Yeah. That's it. Let's go. Try me.
Yeah.
Try me.
Watch me come out triumphant.
Yeah, it's such a great thing to go through and to experience. And honestly, even if you go and you don't make it through, it's still an incredible experience. You know, even if you go, you don't make it through, and you never go back, you will be changed for the better.
Yeah.
For having given it a shot. You know, it's not about you know, having some kind of trophy or it's not about that at all. It's about being humble,
bettering yourself,
humbling yourself, bettering yourself, understanding on a deeper level what servant leadership means. You know, doing the work. There's no shortcuts or hacks. You do the work until it's done, and the program gives you an opportunity to experience that. So you know it internally. I was changed after the first attempt at the class, you know, certainly for the better. I was changed. After the second, I was changed. I'm still the same person,
but the mindset shift.
But I'm a different person.
Yeah.
Than I was before. I know things about myself that I didn't know before. I had an idea. I had faith, and I was willing. And now I know that go ahead and put adversity in front of me. I'm definitely the one for the job. I will make it better.
It's awesome. That's an empowering place to be too.
Yeah.
Super empowering.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to be clear, okay? The reason that first of all, you know, you asked, hey, you had this idea for us to have this conversation. Great, awesome. I'm a yes. You know, it turned out that I happened to be the first person from New Jersey to go down there and complete the program.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody from New Jersey has ever gone and attempted. I just simply don't know, and I might not ever know.
Yeah. But you do know you were the first person.
I do know that I got you know, when you finish, you get a number, a Georgia number. That's my number,
1246, which is pretty close to my badge number is 1206. So I appreciate the closeness in numbering to my badge number.
And if you're out of state, if you're from out of state, you'll get an out of state number too.
Okay.
You know, for example, there's a bunch of guys from South Carolina, you know, or North Carolina that did it. So there's you know, South Carolina, Georgia Smoke Diver number 1231, South Carolina number 19, you know, something like that. But they gave me my number. I didn't know.
What's your out of state number?
New Jersey number 1.
Okay. So
that's how I
it's
knew.
not like all the people from out of state get a different number. If you're from a state, this is your number,
yeah,
and they rank
state.
that.
Yeah. Now, that I want to be clear that all that means to me, it wasn't like there was some kind of. I want to be very clear.
It's not for bragging rights for you.
Hey,
it's not about that. I know you. That's not what
none
it's
of this
about.
is about that. What all that means to me is. It was kind of inevitable. I mean, it's going to be somebody. It's going to be somebody. There was somebody from Georgia.
Georgia isn't exactly close to New Jersey, and in case somebody from up here has never driven down there, it's a bit of a ride.
It's a bit of a ride, yeah.
Obviously,
it's a pretty ride.
You probably flew down. You didn't drive down.
No, the first time I flew. The second time I drove.
Okay.
Oh,
it is
boy,
a ride.
that was
It's
trip.
definitely a
By
ride.
myself. Yeah, I drove all the way back. Oh, that was a trip.
Having driven down to North Charleston to take a class, I know what that drive is like. It's a ride.
Yeah, it takes a minute. You got to take your breaks and everything. But I get to be what it means to me. New Jersey #1. What it means to me is I get to be someone to continue to promote the program in my state, and try to get some more people to come down. Let's get New Jersey #2, #3, #4. Let's get
And
some
I
more.
know there's a bunch of us from New Jersey who are fired up about the job, who love the job, and
Yeah, I've spoken
this is
to
up to
some.
us to push ourselves to be the best that we can, because you never know that one moment where you can make the difference in somebody's life, be there for them, and truly save them from a really sad story otherwise. You don't get many opportunities you don't necessarily get many opportunities like that, and you want to make sure that you are the best prepared for that situation when it arises. How difficult was this going for you away from your family? Like, did you have that in the back of your head as well, like hoping that everybody's okay with your family and everything's good back home? Getting the time off from work, was that difficult for you, or did they make that happen fairly easily for you?
So the time off, we can, if we're taking a class, if we're taking a class, we can do a special leave that does not have to be paid back.
Okay.
Because
you're not
doing a
burning your
class.
vacation time,
Right.
anything like that?
Right. So I did that, like a combination of that and when I chose a vacation day within that window too. It's just a week long. So with our schedule, working 24 hours off 3 days.
Yeah.
Each
Is
time
your
I
wife?
do it each
Was
time.
this like a hard sale for your wife, or was she behind you?
Man, she supports me.
about it.
I'm passionate about this, and she had. It's certainly even during the regular schedule. When I'm at work for a day, that's more. There are things about it that are more challenging, than with two parents at home with the kids. So being away for a week, and that first time that I went down there, I took an extra week as well because I went to visit with family. So it was a good couple of weeks there, and I did have my mom came down and stayed with my wife and kids. So during part of that time, so that was great. That was certainly
But you
good
were
for them.
You were committed, and you weren't really super available for that time frame. You were focused on the task at hand.
No. Another note about the professionalism of the program. The days are really packed. You gotta weigh yourself every morning and submit your weight. You got to do a piss test. They got to check your hydration.
Wow.
That's got to be right. If your hydration gets off to a certain level, they kick you out because they're not going to risk you having organ failure or rhabdo or some stuff like this. It's really high level of meticulous.
So they're really
professionalism.
concerned about your well-being as well.
Oh yeah,
they know they're pushing you, but they
over-
want to make sure that you are not going beyond a certain point.
Yeah, there's roughly 100 staff on site every day. They're all graduates of the program.
Right.
A number of them are medics. You're being watched by many people at all times.
Your well-being is their highest priority.
Yes, we're going to push you, but we're not being irresponsible. We know what we're doing. It's a very well-refined system that they have. There's a whole incident command system, as well as just all the worker bees making everything work. At the end of the day, you have to weigh yourself in again. You got to log all your calories that you're eating for the day because you have to be eating enough. So you're burning a lot of calories in a day. You might want to wash your gear at the end of the day, so you don't have to put on nasty gear at the beginning of the next day. There's several things to do. So it took everything for me to just send my family a text before bed, and I was clear with them, beforehand. So my wife knew what to expect with that. But that's what I would do. I would send one message, probably like 3 to 5 words, every day at the end of the
I'm still
day,
alive, guys.
or maybe in the
Haven't
morning.
died yet.
basically. But yes, my family is very supportive. My mom, my mom struggles a little with the whole safety aspect, but which is understandable. But everybody else,
very dangerous job to begin with.
and my wife has a similar struggle in that type of way. But everybody's also very supportive. Go get them, go take care of business type of stuff. So it's great to have that support system.
What would your message be to either somebody who's taken this before and didn't make it, and maybe they've struggled with thinking about going back, having met that defeat, and maybe felt like they came up short, or somebody who's looking at it and saying, I don't know, I don't want to go to something that's going to be this demanding and fail.
Okay.
Because it sounds intense. It sounds like anybody could pass, but it also sounds like anybody could fail if you don't have the mental mindset. What would your advice to those two individuals be?
Well,
starting with the person who's been through the class before
and is considering going again,
and wants to go back, but they have that defeat.
Well, my advice is simply to share, my point of view, my experience. I'm not necessarily, I'm not going to speak as though,
everybody can
my
make
advice
it, or everybody can't.
Is going to be relevant to everybody. But what I did is what I did, and that might be helpful. So I thought of it in terms of first of all, this is something I would rather do when I'm younger rather than older. Okay, my first attempt I was 40. My second attempt when I finished I was 41. It was a lot on my body.
Doesn't get any easier, that's for sure.
I don't think that it gets easier.
It doesn't.
I don't think that it's so. I think it'd be better to do it younger than older. It's basically, I thought of it as basically a once in a lifetime opportunity to do this particular. To challenge myself in this particular environment, with this particular curriculum, with these people, to do that thing, and have that takeaway. That the takeaway that I'll have will be with me forever, and will help me in everything that I do, in every kind of adversity. When I experience adversity, I will have this bank of experience and problem-solving reps to reinforce my confidence with whatever it is that I'm doing. It's not just about firefighting. It's about, for me, it's like I get one chance to be here. Yeah. I want to be as good man as I can be, as good a father as I can be, as good a husband as I can be, as good a friend as I can be, brother. I want to leave you
want to leave the world a better place.
It's really important to me.
And it might be a very small opportunity that you have, but you're still making a difference.
Yeah, and again, there's plenty of ways to challenge ourselves with adversity. It doesn't have to be a Georgia Smoke Diver program, but chances, if you've done it and you're partway through whatever, you're considering going back, it simply is worth it. It just simply is worth it. See if you can finish. No, don't see if you can finish. Decide you're going to finish. Do the preparation. That's my suggestion, is do the preparation. Put the time in, and put the time in to do the mental reps. Push yourself to that place where normally you would want to stop, but continue, because there is more. And so train that. It's almost like the training doesn't really begin until you get to that place where you think you're done, but you push it a little more and you find more. And that's the place that you got to train, because that's where you learn these mental skills to be able to relax yourself, not get overwhelmed, control your breathing, recognize what's going on between here and here, and be able to stay focused and still have very technical, be able to perform technical skills. That's the place. So you put the time in and just do it. Just do it. Don't overthink it.
It's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to close out with on this whole thing?
I would say that same type of attitude, that's the same type of attitude. I've spoken to a few people who have not tried it yet and are interested, and that's basically the same pitch or explanation that I share with them. You know, it's important, one way or another. It's important for us to really push ourselves and find our limits and find what's beyond them, because that's the job we signed up for. Those are the responsibilities that we signed up for. There's lots of different classes, etc., programs to do it in, but you better do it because people are counting on us. Okay?
We're their last chance sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's no other people we can call.
Yep.
We either make it happen or nobody does.
And this, again, if you're from New Jersey, you're a firefighter in New Jersey, we need a number 2 and a number 3 and a number 4 and a number 5. This program it's outstanding, it's exceptional, it's safe, it's top-notch professional. You will be changed. Even if you don't make it all the way through, you will be changed for the better, no doubt. My contact info will be in this video. If I can help at all, help train with you, we have a conversation, whatever it may be. It's important that people in our line of work experience high levels of training like what they provide in this program. And, you know, I consider it a duty, being one of the first people from our state.
New Jersey ambassador for the smoke divers.
You know, I take it as a responsibility to promote it. So let's talk, and I need to see, I want to see the next few. Hell yeah. Get through it.
All right, so I think we already said it, but where can people find you, either on email, website, Instagram, social media? Where's the best place to reach out to you?
I'll say Established Command. That's the Instagram name.
Okay.
Or establishedcommand.com. That's got my other contact info and stuff.
Cool.
That's good. Cool. That's good enough.
I don't think we started with this, but guys, the opinions and the stuff that we're expressing in here are our own. They don't necessarily reflect either of our fire departments. I feel very supported by my fire department, but again, the things that we're talking about are our opinions. So,
most definitely.
Again, thank you for my fire department and the support that I've received to go and get classes like this. Hopefully you all have the same opportunity that we do to go and take classes and better yourself in the fire service. And if you don't necessarily have the funds to do it, I know there are places that put money aside for it, but consider spending the money out of your own pocket, because this is not just other people's life, but it's also your life as well that you're helping to preserve in a very dangerous job. Not all the time, but there are times when it's extremely dangerous. So you give yourself that better fighting chance of surviving a very honorable job, I would say, and a huge opportunity to make a gigantic impact in other people's lives.
Yeah.
So.
Then let me add one thing.
Yeah.
For the our ladies in the fire service, there are Georgia Smoke Diver graduates who are women.
Hell yeah.
there were in my my recent class, there were a couple of women who were there during the class. They didn't finish, but women put in work, and there are graduates also. If I'm saying this to the men and the women, for those of us who have these preconceptions that, oh, it's only the guys that do this really hardcore stuff, that ain't true. Not even close. Not even close. The women that I've seen do work do some of the most top-notch work I've seen so far. So I want to be clear. I'm promoting this to everybody. And
no excuses to all you women out there. Go and get it.
No excuses to anybody.
Yeah,
it's a personal.
Be the best firefighter you can possibly be.
Yeah. Period. But that is a real, that is a legit like preconception that a lot of us have, and I would want to be clear. Like, you ain't gonna find that in this environment.
Everybody's getting treated the same, and everybody has an opportunity to excel and pass this thing, regardless of your gender or ethnicity or anything. You can do it.
Yeah.
100% you can do it. Not that I've ever taken it, but you can do it, regardless of whatever that task
Start
is.
training.
You put it in your mind. If you have the mental mindset of, we can do this, you can do it.
Yeah.
So, cool. On that note, guys, thanks for your time. If you lasted through this whole podcast, I guess we did an okay job. If not, then you're not listening to me anyway.
Watch the short version.
Yeah, we'll put the
the
short clips out for you so you can just see little cutscenes. So,
hey,
Corey,
thanks, John. Appreciate
thanks
you,
for
bro.
coming out,
Appreciate
man.
You.
Appreciate your time today and your insight on this really unique class. And I'm glad that you passed it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man.
And I'm glad that you still have an opportunity to take the knowledge and go forward and promote it to other people who could probably have a life-changing experience through it. So, and to everybody who is over at the Georgia Smoke Divers, keep up the good work.
Much respect.
Cool.
Much respect.
Right. Peace out, guys.
All right.